Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking this video. As you can see from the title of this video, I'm gonna kind of give my personal opinions of what it's like to date a girl with a hairy face slash hirsutism slash just a woman in general that has something she can't control. So if you want to go ahead and send this video over to any dudes that try to say anything to you about your facial hair, or if you would just like some tips on dating, then go ahead and keep watching. As you see, I have a lot of hair. I'm about to do like my nighttime routine of twisting this hair down, so I'll be doing my hair while I'm talking to you guys. I actually wrote down some notes because y'all know I can talk, especially about PCOS and hirsutism. So I'm actually going to stick to my notes and talk about 3 points to me that really stuck out when it comes to dating and sharing with a male, PCOS, what it is, or slash hirsutism. The first little tip I'm going to talk about, I guess I'll call it a tip, I would say is patience. So dealing with a woman, first of all, you gotta have an open mind to, if she sees a spider crawling next to her, she's gonna scream. I mean, just most women are that sensitive. So you can't be like, oh man, chill out, because you're just gonna lose us for the remainder of the time we're together in the future, based on you didn't kind of have my back and either kill the spider, pick it up, move it away, or move the spider. So I mean, I feel like that's like the first rule of dating, men and women. Sorry, I'm not talking about the same sex. Men and women, that we're just naturally a little bit more sensitive. So, if the example that I just gave, you kind of just have to have an open mind to let me man up and kill this spider or move it or whatever you believe you should do with the spider. So patience, I would say, for like the date that I talked about in my date night with hirsutism, I would say, it took me almost 2.5 hours to get ready for that date. So I did tell the gentleman that I was running late based on, I didn't tell him this, but I had to, get every detail on my face together, waxing and shaving. Like, that took a long time for me to get it together. So I was trying to be on time, but, and I was on my menstrual cycle. So I had a lot going on that I just was not about to be rushing to no restaurant. And it's quarantine, so we're going to stand outside or wait anyways, or may not even get a table because they're blocking every other table. So I would just say, if this is a guy watching this video, have patience with her, because even if it is a first date, you don't know what could happen. I mean, her tire could have broke down, her dog could have pooped right when she walked out the house, and she got to clean that up. I mean, anything can happen. So I feel like the first rule of dating is you have to have patience. And when you see her and she comes up to you, and she's a little panicked or whatever, make it seem like you did something too. Like, she's coming like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, like, I was late, my dog, as soon as I'm walking out the door, she want to poop or she gets sick, I'm so sorry. Act like you was stuck in traffic or something. Like, make us feel like you did something too. Like, don't act like, oh, I've been waiting here about 30 minutes. Because you're going to lose my attention the remainder of this date. The next tip I'm going to refer to is the L word, love. If you're not coming from a heart of, I'm talking as if this is your first time meeting her as a first date. If you're not coming from the heart of, based on Tinder, based on Facebook, based on Instagram, she had a filter and she looked like a newborn baby in the face. And when she showed up for the date, she looked like she had a few years on her. If that disgusts you, or if you, say, oh, she's trying to catfish me, having that mindset, then maybe, you shouldn't talk to somebody who has something that they can't control. Like, I'm just saying, like, of course, we all filter. Girl, I'll filter everything on all my pictures. Like, you gonna think I look like I just popped out my mom's womb yesterday because how clear and glowing my face is. So I would just say, if you meet her on the first date, and you notice, you guys are at a restaurant, so you see, like, she turns to the side, so you see kind of this. So you are curious, like, is it acne? Is she breaking out? Is she having an allergic reaction or something? I would say if you're sitting across the table, looking at her and you see that on the first date, don't say nothing. If you like her and you know her personality is bomb, 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 don't say nothing. Just let her maybe tell you, or if she catch you staring, because I'm good at one. I am the one, honey. If I see your eyes looking down or looking to the side, I'm going to be like, you want to ask me something? Because I'll blast you. Like, you know, I'm looking at your eyes when we're talking. I don't look at nobody else's anything when we're talking. I'm looking at eye contact, because usually your eyes go down here. They go over here. Like, I'm looking at your eyes because I want to see where your head is. Because probably you're not even listening to anything that's coming out my mouth. Let's say, you know, you go on another date with her and you still see some roughness around her face. This is how you could possibly approach her. I'm the man. So, first of all, Shayla, I just want to tell you that I have really enjoyed spending time with you. I love hanging out with you. You're a super cool person. I would love to continue, you know, dating and moving forward. I just had a question to ask you. I'll say, sure. He'll say, I noticed, you know, it looks like you have something around your face. Like, do you feel comfortable sharing with me? Like, you know, do you have facial acne or something like that? You have to almost have the tone of voice that I do. Like, if you say any more aggression, or if you're kind of turn up your face when you're asking the question, then you lost her. She will never be the same. Like, she will never feel like she can come to you based on your facial expression and based on your tone of voice. But if you are calm, you're looking at her. First of all, let's go back. Let me rewind. If he says, I think you are so beautiful naturally. I actually don't like talking to women that wear a lot of makeup. I see that you're really natural. I love the big Shaka Khan natural hair. Like, I love everything about you, your style, your personality. I'm really loving it to get to know you. And then you want to ask about my face? Go ahead, boo, because you have my attention. Like, you know, we're going on to date number 3. That like I won't say turns me on, but it like draws me in to be more interested in you. And now I'm bumping everybody because I feel like you noticed something that I have. You kept it to yourself. You took time to think about how you were going to say it. You had my attention. Like, you won me all the way over. So I feel like with a man, if you come with that, you can win. Like, you know, like, I'm not trying to set no man up for failure dating one with a hairy face, but it's how you come at somebody. And I feel like it's not just dating somebody with a hairy face, it's dating anybody. It's how you say it. Because I know me, if you raise your voice, which my dad, he only raised his voice when I was about to get a spanking, but he never raised his voice when it was talking to me about something personal, emotional. He never raised his voice at my mother. So if a man raised his voice at me, I'm deaf. I'm blind. I'm not hearing nothing you say because of your tone of voice. So I feel like with anybody, when you're talking to them, that just shows a sign of respect that you're trying to ask something, but keep it at a simple pace, making it comfortable that if you want to answer this question or if you don't want to answer this question. Back to, for under love, I feel like mental health, like, there are days that, you know, you're not going to get a good morning text from her every morning. You know, there are days that she could just not be posting on social media. She ain't logged in 14 hours and you know she's a social media person. So for you to maybe send, what is this thing called? What is this thing called? Let me get up and show y'all because I can't think about what it's called. So I'm texting my sister and I send this little red thing and it pops up all those, is it GIFs? I don't know what it's called, but anyways, back to me. If I'm having a bad day and I'm not posting on social media, I'm not talking to nobody, and I get a text from my boo or the guy who likes me and it's just thinking about you, that just brought so much peace to me, so much joy. I get butterflies, I blush a little. So I feel like you're like a little girl again. Like, you get excited, like somebody has a crush on you. I mean, even if she don't respond, but on iPhones, when you can see somebody read it, it still counts. Even if she's having a bad mood, that made her day. Like, I'm telling you, as a female, speaking for some females, that makes her day. Because I don't feel like talking to nobody, but you still thought about me. Like, that makes me feel good. So even though you don't know about PCOS and you don't know that I have really bad anxiety, depression, for some reason today I'm just feeling like the whole world is on my shoulders, but yet you still reached out to me. You know, you have my attention. Like, you have like my focus, because I feel like you genuinely care about me. And I feel like as a woman, that can make us more vulnerable to show you more, to tell you more, to feel more comfortable around you. And I'm not a man, but I feel like with men, they need that ego. They need that boost, excuse me, to make them feel manly. Like, I can't say manly enough. To make them feel like buff as a dude, like, you know, I'm the man, like, you know, I got her back, I want to be there for her, I want to support her, I want to love her. But then don't say I love you, and then the next, you know, month, she don't shave for the whole month, and you're like disgusted because you're like, where the bleep did that come from? Like, why aren't you shaving and waxing? Well, last month you told me you loved me. So now that my facial hair is, you know, I don't feel like touching it, you know, you're getting an attitude. So it's like, that's another story I'm going to tell. I actually just got out of a verbally abusive situation where the scenario I just gave, the guy did to me. Like, he told me he loved me. I didn't say it back because I don't believe in saying that in the first month and a half of knowing somebody. And I let my facial hair grow and he was disgusted. That's going to be in another video. I don't want to get too much into it, but as you see, I'm still here. I'm still single. I still have my dad's last name. He is not the last man on earth, so I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Amen. Also, when I talk about like showing a woman with a hairy face love, or she has hirsutism or some type of syndrome that makes her different from most women, I'm not saying feel bad for us. Me, like, don't be like, oh, I'm so sorry, like, are you sure you're okay, are you gonna be able to do this? Like, don't act like I'm a 5-year-old baby and I need you to hold my hand. Like, yeah, I believe that my husband, yes, my husband, future, has to come from a Christ-loving background, because I can turn into the devil at times and make you want to run away, slam the door, cuss and blah blah blah, but you can't, because I need you. It's not me, it's PCOS. Like, you have to come from a loving, caring foundation that this is who Shayla is. Like, some days she is the sweetest, loving, bubbly person I've ever met. And some days I want to just lock her in a room because I don't know what to do. I don't know how to come at her. I don't know what to get her. I don't know what to say to her. But I need that type of man to sit outside the door if I shut in your face. Don't leave. Don't run away. Because I need you to want to fight for me and with me. Because this is something that I'm fighting every single day. So to have somebody in my corner to fight with me, we can make this thing happen. Like, you know, teamwork. So I just feel like, too, I don't like when, you know, you tell someone that you like, that you know you have a syndrome that there's no cure for, you know, they act like you're about to die tomorrow. Or they have to be so gentle and careful around you, or just tiptoe. Because, I mean, I know I don't like that treatment now. Most women, some women could like that type of treatment. But I know for me, I don't do that. Because that's not actually probably going to annoy me and piss me off, because it's not that serious that I need you to dumb down that low. So that's just my opinion when it comes to a man showing me love. And I believe he has to have Christ in his life. Like, you have to know that you love God first, because if you can't understand the foundation of knowing that God made me this way and there's nobody out there like me, and there is no change coming soon, but you still want to love me because you fell in love with who I am, you have to be like that. Because, you know, us talking, and, you know, months go by, and of course in the beginning everything is good, everything is perfect. Oh my God, I think he's the one, he blah 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 blah. And then all of a sudden a pandemic happens and they shut down European wax, and he wants to spend time with you. and you don't feel like waxing and shaving and plucking your face, and oh my God, he sees it and has the audacity to get an attitude because you have more hair on your chin than him. No, 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 no. I ain't asking you to love it and wax it and shave it with me, because I don't want that. Don't get that close to where you're volunteering to do my face. No, no, no. We will have a problem. Now, if you say, Shayla, I know you haven't been in a while. You're disappointed because European wax shut down. There's this really other good waxing place a friend of mine told me about. How about I get you an appointment and pay for it, and you can go get, you know, your wax if you want. Oh, thank you, babe. Oh my gosh. You know, you get that reaction from me instead of, dang girl, you ain't shaved in a while. Like, that's a lot of taco meat on your chest, or you could probably braid your sideburns. What did you just say? That's when the devil's gonna come out of me, because you just crossed the line, buddy. Like, I didn't say anything to you about your pimple breakouts or your belly hanging over your belt or your receding hairline. Like, I could go in on you, but I'm choosing to be Christ-like and not grill you, because those are things that you can't help. So don't come for me, because I'm going to keep my mouth shut. We just have to love one another and keep those things to ourselves. I don't know if anybody else's mom has ever said this, but my mom said it on a daily. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I think the last thing I would want to talk about is caring. And when I mean by caring, the first thing I think about is if either the young lady or if the guy asks, you know, why do you have facial hair? Or why do you have hair thinning? Why are you really quick with your moods? I feel like a lot of times you're depressed. Just different signs under PCOS that, you know, they're curious about. And if you say, I have something called PCOS, it's a hormonal imbalance. Something that I'm pretty sure I was probably born with. There's no cure for it. So it's just something that I have to live with. And if he goes and does his research on PCOS and then comes back with flowers, girl, you better hold on to him. Or if not, you know, not flowers, but if he, you know, does his research and, you know, looks up doctors who specialize in PCOS in the city or the country that you live in, or just different things that have to do with taming, I must use the word taming, taming our PCOS. Love is a strong word, but I feel like I can have strong feelings and likings toward him because you care. Like, you cared enough that you weren't satisfied with me saying PCOS. I didn't say polycystic ovarian syndrome that, you know, people are just supposed to know. You actually took the time. Okay. You actually took the time to, you know, really go and find out what it was, how, you know, what are the symptoms, how is it caused, are there any treatments for it? I mean, you really went and did your research, and I feel like if a man does that from another woman, you can have so much respect for that man, because I feel like futuristically, I think that in the future, you know something that I have, you know that I have something that has no cure. So I'm sure you're going to do whatever you have to do in your power to make sure that I'm comfortable, like I'm taken care of, or somebody just posted this, that there's this pill in Africa that is helping with PCOS, and you want to book us 2 first-class tickets to Africa. Let's go, boo. I'm ready. So I just feel like with a lot of my experiences with dating guys with PCOS, I wish, dating guys and telling them before telling them I have PCOS, I've gotten really, really bad name calling. Like the last guy I was talking to, he said, I ain't waxing so long, like I had taco meat on my chest. Well, the other guy, like I mentioned, he said that you could probably braid my sideburns. Just really, really mean things. And it really just always takes me back to, how are you raised? Did you have a mother growing up? I mean, you know, was your mother involved? I'm not going to say everybody had a mom, because that's not true. But how would you feel if, you know, somebody was saying that to your little sister, or if you had a daughter, or if your mom, you watched your mom be bullied because she had facial hair, and in America, the society we live in, that's not normal in a woman. Like, you know, like, how would that make you feel? And a lot of times it will hurt my feelings. A lot of times. But sometimes it just really makes me, at this point, it just makes me say, okay, you're not educated to what I'm going through, so I'm going to educate you if you care to listen. I'm not about to sit here and waste breath on if you think it's funny to make fun and call names and stuff like that based on you not being educated to what's going on with me. So if he's a jerk and, you know, frowns up his face when he's looking at you because you haven't waxed or shaved in a while, swipe left. I mean, you know, go to the next one, because your other person is out there waiting for you, but you're wasting time with this dummy because he wants to be childish. Like, you know, everybody is not perfect. Jesus Christ is the only one that landed on this planet who is perfect. So anybody who, you know, obviously doesn't have facial hair, or, you know, obesity or anxiety or hair thinning or depression or insomnia, eating disorders, insulin resistant, high blood pressure, diabetes. If you, I mean, even if you don't have those particular things, there's something that makes you different from everybody else in the world that we live in. So just because her outer appearance is different from the girl you dated last week that looked like Barbie, it doesn't mean Barbie doesn't have something wrong with her. So maybe it's not obvious, or maybe it's not, you know, she ain't show up for the first 5 years, but it's coming out. Barbie will change, honey. She will change quickly. It could be overnight too, probably. Because I used to be jealous of a Barbie in a heartbeat. I mean, still, I stare at girls who are really pretty. I look at their faces, who don't have on makeup, and they are beautiful, like baby skin. She can even probably grow hair in her face, or her face is so pretty. But then I have to look at myself like, God, I know this is how you made me. This is how you created me. I'm fearfully and wonderfully made in your image. So I strongly believe that you have my husband out there waiting for me. So I'm not going to waste time on these foolish men who are just foolish. They're foolish. They're dumb. They're jerks. I mean, all the names above. But I just feel like you kind of have to keep telling yourself that. Because otherwise, after a date, you'll probably be depressed. You'll probably feel down. You'll feel like nobody's ever going to love you. And that's not true. I felt like that many times after a date, to where I'm like, forget it. I'm just not going to date then. Like, you know, because I'm tired of starting over, first of all. I'm tired of having to say, you know, I have facial hair, because once you say facial hair, it's like they turn the TV off. I mean, they don't even listen to nothing else you have to say. So it's like, you kind of have to keep going on dates like that to build up your confidence that, okay, you know, no problem. You know, that's cool with me that you have a problem with me, or you don't like facial hair. That's okay. I'm not asking you to love me, to embrace me, because it took a while for me to love and embrace myself. So how can I ask that from you? I can't. That's impossible. That's ridiculous. You're not me and I'm not you. I'm kind of end this video on a happy note. I know I felt it looks like I probably ranted and got an attitude, but when you're passionate about something and something kind of just ticks your nerve, you just kind of go to the left. So sorry about that if I lost anybody, but that's just how passionate and how real I am. Like I told you, I'm not fake. I'm not going to hide anything from you guys. This is just me being me. So to end this on a positive note, when you're dating somebody with a hairy face, or let me just say, if you're dating somebody who is different, I feel like you kind of have to go into it that, okay, they're different, but look at her personality. Look at how she dresses. Look how she communicates with people. Look at the different things that she likes that I like, or he likes that I like. Just find different things. But if you get stuck on somebody's outer appearance or anything else about them, then you don't waste their time. Do not waste their time. Move on. Go another way. Because you're just wasting time. I can't say that enough. I know I just said it like 15 times, but there are so many other people who would love that young lady's attention, her energy, what she likes, where she sees herself in 5 years, what food she likes, what her favorite wine is. I mean, there's so many different other things that you can talk about if you can get past on how somebody looks. Now, if you're stuck, like I said, this video is not for you because you're just going to be stuck, and that's the type of person that you are. But for the women out there, my sisters who struggle with dating somebody, go on these dates. I know it's going to be hard, but put yourself out of your comfort zone. I'm not saying go out there without waxing and shaving and plucking, but at the same time, I am saying that even with makeup, somebody's still going to catch something that's different. I mean, I have a mole on my face. I just had to look in the mirror because I forgot which side it was on. I have a mole on my face, and sometimes I wear makeup that you can't even see this mole. So if I go on a date and have so much makeup on, then I go on the next date and it's gone, he's going to notice that. And then he's going to look at everything else around my face. So I'm just saying, like, people are very observant. I mean, they're gonna, if, you know, he wants to act like for the first year he never saw that you have facial hair, wonderful. But at the same time, do not get so excited that you think he's the one because you went on 2 dates and he didn't mention your facial hair. That's not reality. That's not true. You're gonna actually get your feelings hurt if you think like that. So I'm just saying, sis, go out there. If you feel comfortable, explain to him, you know, why you have facial hair. If the conversation is good, sometimes it just comes out. There have been many times that I feel like you and I could be best friends. And I'm actually about to share with you videos, and here's my YouTube channel, things that I talk about. But at the same time, too, there's sometimes I could feel a vibe that, you know, you're really into yourself and you're not trying to get to know me. So I'm just keep my mouth shut, eat this meal that you paid for, and move on to the next one. So I really do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And do not forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be notified every time that I post a video. If you have not already, if it's not too late and this video goes up, don't forget to like my video for the PCOS giveaway. Enter to win for that. I love you guys so much. Stay encouraged, sis. You are beautiful just the way God made you. I'm here for you to express how I feel. You tell me what to talk about. I'll share my personal experience. So I love you guys. I'll see you really, really soon in my next video.